Thank you for watching the Saints Sports Corner. We're going to be recapping the Saints' loss to the San Francisco 49ers 26-21. We're also going to be talking about the positives of this game. We're also going to be talking about what we can do to improve our performance, start out better on offense and defense so that the Saints can get their first win. We got a lot more of that on the Saints Sports Corner.
Yeah. Who that? Who that? Who that said they gon' beat them Saints? A win is a win by a mile or an inch. It's any given Sunday when we battling in the trenches. Who that? We that? Who that? We that? Die hard even after an L. Still reppin' in my section, yelling outside the dome, going home. Who that? We that? Black and gold soul, that's my song. Who that? We that? Who that? We that? Touchdown Saints, putting points on the board is how my squad steady winning. Sacks on D, turnovers, wow, don't even think about. Coming back, it's already late in the fourth now. We that, who that, we that, who that, who that, who that. 4,000-yard QB, 1,000-yard rusher, 1,200-yard receiver, straight pressure. Lockdown corner, throw that ball if you want to. TFL's in the backfield, boy, we on you. Black and gold, so that's what I'm all about. Forget about the division, the Saints run the South. Who that, we that. Who that? We that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that?
Welcome back in, Who Dat fans. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. I like doing content for y'all. Man, let's dive right into this game, man. Listen. There was some positives in this game, but let's focus on the negatives first. Man, our defense got carved up. They played well in spots, but they got carved up, man. The 49ers brought it to us, man. Mac Jones looked like Mac Brady out there. It was crazy. I didn't expect Mac Jones to look that good, but I was a fool because I told y'all in the last podcast that Kyle Shanahan, he placed any quarterback in that system, man, and they go off. And I told y'all it was going to be a tight game. I told you that the San Francisco 49ers D was good across the board. They're very sound. They're very disciplined. They got everything the Saints don't got. They know who they are. They stick to what they do, and they win games. They 2-0. They didn't need Brock Purdy. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm talking about. The Saints need to be disciplined. The discipline of the New Orleans Saints is not there. It's killing them. The penalties, the stall drives, the drop balls, everything that they are doing is killing them. And they have to be more consistent. Consistency is the key for this team. This team needs somebody to step up on offense and be more consistent. Alvin Kamara had a day. You know what I'm saying? Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed are not number one receivers at this point. That don't mean they can't be. But at this point, we don't have a dog at receiver and we don't have a dog at tight end. That's just the facts. We can lie to ourselves all we want. We need a dog. You see Malik Neighbors ball out against the Cowboys. You see George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. You see guys making plays. You see tight ends making plays across the league, man. This is what happens when you draft bad offensive talent or no offensive talent in the last 3 years. I've been banging for tight ends for 2 years. I've been banging for wide receivers. But this thing that the Saints do that they think they still can just grab a Robert Meacham, grab a Traquan Smith, all of these guys who okay, but doesn't move the needle is not okay. I look at Rashid Shaheed like Robert Meacham. Let's have the conversation. Rashid Shaheed may just be Robert Meacham. He may just be the guy that could just take the top off the defense. You know, I don't see him as like the Devery Henderson type. You know, where he can both take the top off and be your number 2 receiver. I think Chris Olave is more of that, but he don't look like the Chris Olave of old. We have to have these tough conversations. Like, maybe he's playing not to get hurt, and that's not the way you can play. You know, he's falling down. He's not trying to get yacked. That's not the Chris Olave I know. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's killing us. Rashid Shaheed, can he separate other than going deep? You know, Alvin Kamara going to be Alvin Kamara. He finally got more touches. Kudos to Kellen Moore for listening. I understand that's the only weapon he got, and he don't really want him to get hurt, the consistent weapon. But you still didn't lean into Kendry enough. I think you're doing this man a disservice if you're not going to use him. You might as well trade him and get something back because you're not using them properly anyway. I think it's just we got to get to a point where we're more consistent, and that's including coaching. Too many times Kellen Moore goes against the run when we hitting 5 yards a clip, 6 yards a clip, 7 yards a clip. He consistently doing this. This is the second game in a row where the running game and we wearing them down and whoop, he goes to pass happen. And then miscues happen. That's coaching. We got to be honest about this situation. You know, and it wasn't a bad game. It wasn't a bad game. The Saints battled their ass off. They did. They battled their asses off. Like, it's frustrating to see a team put so much into it and keep falling short. And we can't blame Spencer Rattler either. If you still blaming Spencer Rattler, you know nothing about football. If you think Spencer Rattler is the problem, you know nothing. Absolutely. I don't care if you're an analyst. I don't care what show you on. You know nothing about football. Spencer Rattler is not the problem. Yes, he's 0-8, but it's a team game. You said, I hope Spencer Rattler will us to a win. Well, it starts with protection. A quarterback can't will you to win if your protection is bad. You can't make up for good protection. Use your common sense. Fuaga was clearly hurt. I don't understand why the coaching staff didn't pull him. That's not on Spencer Rattler. That's on Kellen Moore. All right, brother, it's time to sit. You battled all game. Let's put somebody else in. You obviously are hobbled. That's the little things, the consistency and the little things within the game that you have to pay attention to so that your team can succeed. If you do not, your team will fail. You have to have the pulse of your team. You have to have the thumb on your team so that you can make the proper decisions in crunch time. Now, he did better coaching this year. He opened it up a bit. But once again, it's the little things that win games. San Francisco 49ers are not devoid of talent. They have talent all across the board at every level. So you knew that you would have to pick your spots, and that's exactly what Kellen Moore did and Spencer Rattler did. Well, there's some miscues, yeah, but every quarterback have miscues. Spencer Rattler is looking like one of the better draft choices of that draft class. Bar none. Better than J.J. McCarthy. Better than Caleb Williams. Not better than Jaden Daniels, but he's just right there with Drake May and Bo Nix. Those are the facts. Like, dude is balling. But we're going to talk about Spencer Rattler a little bit later. Let's focus on this defense. I told you before the season, do we really have the corners to compete? That has been a strong suit of the Saints for a very long time. Our cornerback depth and safety depth. We look depleted out there. Isaac Yiadom, don't know how to pronounce his name, but I know it's one of them. He was getting cooked. Charcoal cooked. Grilled cooked. Baked. Oven baked. He was getting torched out there. Flamethrower. Straight up. The boy gave up 3rd and 11s, 3rd and 14s, 3rd and 7s. They was picking on him. And it wasn't an elite wide receiver that was doing it to him. You gave up the big play to Jawan Jennings. I mean, what more do you want? I mean, like, Sean Payton would have pulled him. That's another coaching error. He would at least put in the other guy. All right, let's try somebody else. They're picking on him a little bit. This is the little things that Kellen Moore have to understand. You don't just keep putting them out there, keep putting them out there, and they picking on them. Switch it up. I ain't saying bench him, but switch it up. Throw him in here, Give him some help. So it's an all-around ass whipping for the miscues, for a little bit of the penalties. They cleaned the penalties up. It wasn't that bad. It was still 7. 113. It was half of what basically they got last week. But the ass whipping from other teams that they're putting on the Saints, it goes around. There's enough shit to go around for everybody because everybody is playing a hand in it. Everybody at some point in the game. Good teams find a way to win. Bad teams find a way to lose. And the Saints keep finding ways to lose. The excuses, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares if they're close. Nobody cares if they're doing the right things. You have to put it on the field, and you have to put it all together when you're on the field. So they have to understand that it's the little things. They had much better energy today, but it wasn't enough energy coming out. They still had miscues. The kicker, he might have to go. Groupie might be a groupie when it comes to the Saints if he don't start making these damn kicks. Week after week, including last year, he was missing these type of kicks. It wasn't as bad and egregious, but he was missing them. It's becoming a thing, a common thing that this guy missed kicks. How can you trust him if you was to make the playoffs? How can you trust him if you was to get in a close game? You don't even know if your kicker is going to make the kick. He's not even making the small, easy kicks. There's too many miscues that's happening for this team for us to think that Spencer Rattler is going to dig you out a hole when he played his best game. This is one of the better games against one of the toughest defense that any young quarterback can play. Those are just the facts. I seen what San Francisco is doing to teams over the years. They have a really sound defense. They're very, 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 very disciplined. It's hard to get anything on them. And they keep coming and keep coming and keep coming and keep coming until they break down your door. And that's exactly what they did to Saints. And for the most part, the left tackle and right tackle held their own. The line held their own. Kudos to them. They did hold their own. Cesar Ruiz had a few miscues. But the line held their own for the entirety of the game until that last offensive snap on 4th down. But it's just those little things, man. Those little things, man, we have to clean up. It should not be this hard. And both games were winnable. The Saints should be 2-0 right now. Instead, they're 0-2. I stand by that. They should be 2-0. Instead, they haven't faced anybody that's just slaughtered them from start to finish yet. They have been in the game, both games, against both two tough teams that's undefeated right now. That's the difference between winning, and that's the difference between losing. This defense is not the defense, the 2020 defense. It's not the 2008-2009 defense. This defense is a patchwork mixed with old and veterans, and we're still living off the laurels of the old defenses. They're not there anymore. Those key playmakers are not there. You don't have Marshawn Lattimore out there no more. You know? You don't have Marcus Williams. You don't have Von Bell. You don't have who else? Gardner Johnson. Chauncey Gardner Johnson. You don't have none of these guys, man. You don't have a Malcolm Jenkins. You don't have all of these guys that you have. You know? And your pass rush, once again, outside of what's his name? Jesus Christ, I keep running blanks. Outside of the defensive end that the Saints have, Carl Granderson, you don't really have nobody that's getting consistent pressure. You don't. You got to keep trying to do DB blitzes, cornerback blitzes to get pressure. You're not getting it done. Chase Young is a no-show. You cannot win games like that. You can't. We need more We need more from this defense, man. Yeah, they're flying around, but they're missing tackles. Man, Alontae Taylor, for as good as he is, missed at least 4 tackles yesterday that I can count. I mean, just bouncing off of guys. That's the difference between the San Francisco. When they hit you, you kept seeing it. They hit Alvin Kamara, he's going down. Rarely did Alvin Kamara, which he did because he's Alvin Kamara, rarely did they miss tackles. They missed a couple on Spencer Rattler, but that's just will from Rattler and Alvin Kamara. Let's keep it a buck. The Saints have some talent, but they're very devoid of talent on offense. Kellen Moore is not, for lack of a better word, he's not identifying the weak link in defenses the way Sean Payton has the ability to. He's not saying, all right, this is the guy we're going to pick on. We're going to torture him with the back. Then we're going to torture him with the wide receivers. Then we're going to torture him with the tight end until they change it. And when they change it, we're going to torture the person that they bring in. That's Sean Payton. That's the aggressive style you're looking for when it comes to Kellen Moore. And he's doing a fantastic job. But you got to find that killer instinct. All right, we're going to do a shot play right here because, we down here. We're going to throw a shot play to bust this thing wide open. That's Sean Payton. Maybe it's unfair to compare Kellen Moore to Sean Payton. But, I mean, the standard is the standard, right? Same thing for the players. We got to get better at doing the little things. We got to get better at reading the room when it comes to Kellen Moore, when it comes to the running game, when it comes to the aggressive play calling. We got to get better with the penalties. Drop passes. That's the only way we going to win. Yes, there going to be some drops here and there. But if the ball hits your hands, you got to catch the ball. That's just the rule. The reason why you are a wide receiver or tight end at the NFL level is because you can make the difficult catches, or supposed to be able to make the difficult catches. That's what separates you getting paid millions of dollars and other guys playing in Canada. So if the quarterback is a little off, that's why you get paid the money. I see Justin Jefferson do it all the time. He's a dog. You see Malik Neighbors do it. He's a dog. You see Brian Thomas do it. He's a dog. You see Jamar Chase do it. He's a dog. Devontae Adams, dog. Where's our dog? That's all I'm asking. Alvin Kamara is damn near 31. He can't continuously be the dog. He could be the complement of a bunch of dogs. We need more, man. We need guys to step up consistently. Will your way and your team and your quarterback to victory. That's what dogs do. I don't care if you triple team me, I'm still open. I don't care if you double team me, I'm still open. That's the Mike Thomas way, the Marcus Colston way, the Joe Horn way, the Jimmy Graham way. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not lying. Dogs find a way. Period. But I have a light mug. Let's take a quick break, man. We're going to talk about, when we come back, we're going to talk about Spencer Rattler. We're also going to be talking about a few other things, man. But make sure y'all like and subscribe, man. We'll be right back. Let's take a quick break right after this. Welcome back to the Saints Sports Corner, man. Look, let's dive right back in, man. So let's look at a few numbers, man. I'm looking at this, man, and I'm comparing the Saints and the 49ers play. It was, to be honest with you, it's very identical. Like, if you look at it, man, it's very identical, man. It's crazy. Like, Mac Jones. Let's look at Mac Jones' stats. He was 26 of 39, 279 yards, or should I say Mac Brady. 3 touchdowns, no intercepts. That ain't bad. That is not bad at all, bro. Saints. Spencer Rattler. 25 of 34, 207, 3 TDs, no intercepts. Not bad. Alvin Kamara. 21 rushes for 99 yards. Saints ran for over 100 yards. Not bad, bruh. But see this Kendre Miller 5 times for 8 yards, that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable when it comes to Kendre Miller. Look at this. Chris Olave. 6 receptions, 54 yards. Rashid Shaheed. 4 receptions, 52 yards. Jawan Johnson. 5 receptions, 49 yards. Where's the dog? Where's the dog? Where is the dog? Where is the dog? That receiving effort right there ain't going to cut it. I'm sorry. That is not going to cut it in the National Football League when you have a young quarterback. They need you to ball. Them type of numbers are wide receiver 3 numbers from the tight end and both wide receivers. Those are wide receiver 3 numbers. Those are not wide receiver 1 numbers. I get it. The game will flow. You got to do more, man. You got to. Now, I know they traded for Jalen Polk. I'm a big Jalen Polk guy. But he's not playing this season. That's next year. We still got 15 games. You know? And I mean, the numbers are identical, bruh. It really is. Total yards, Saints 307, 49ers 344. 267 passing yards, Saints 186. Rushing yards, Saints won the rushing, 133 to 77. Yards per play. Saints 4.8, they 5.1. 23 first downs, 49ers, Saints 21. Identical. This is where the game is different, though. And this is where the dogs come in at. 4 for 11 on third down for the Saints. 8 for 15 for the 49ers. That's the game. That's the game. 68 total plays for the 49ers. 67 for the Saints. Very identical. So the Saints came in and did work against that defense, that tough defense, and have played better than any quarterback that has played them all season. Kudos to Spencer Rattler and Kellen Moore. That's a positive. 4 punts for the Saints, 4 punts for the 49ers. Saints, 7 penalties for 45. 49ers, 5 penalties for 40. I mean, the exact identical. Both had 1 fumble loss. No interception throws by both teams. Check this out. 30 minutes and 45 second time of possessions for the 49ers. 29 minutes and 15 for the Saints. I mean, absolutely freaking identical. The Saints played enough to win. It was the little things, the situational things is why they lost. And that's what's plaguing this team. The situational football is killing the New Orleans Saints. They need consistency. But let's not hop on that. Let's hop on the positive. The Saints, Kelvin Banks, is a dog. That young man was the right first round pick because he was out there giving Joey Bosa fits. I mean, Nick Bosa, I'm sorry. Fits. Kelvin Banks will be the Saints left tackle if he stays healthy for the next 10 years. So with Fuaga, but Fuaga was definitely dealing with injuries right now. You found your anchor points. Kudos to the Saints. But see that guard spot, them 2 guard spots, up for grabs. Up for grabs because we're going to need something else on them guard spots. We need another Carl Nix or Jari Evans. Because I'm tired of quarterbacks getting killed in them guard spots. But they played good today. I'm not going to lie. They played enough to win. They did their job today for the most part. But Spencer Rattler, listen. If y'all knew anything about me, what did I told you earlier? He's going to win a job. But I was also on record and said he's not giving up. He's not going to give it up if he get a chance. It's looked like, and he's not going to give it up. It's looked like he's growing and he's getting better and better and better. I'm just telling you, which is going to make that Tyler Shuck pick look crazy because they could have had a tight end and a wide receiver. They could have drafted a dog. A Mason Taylor. You know? They could have had a dog. I'm just saying. I don't think Spencer's giving it up. He's playing out of his mind. Realistically, statistically. Look at his numbers compared to all the other quarterbacks that was drafted in front of him. You wouldn't think he's a 5th-round pick. Spencer Rattler is balling. Yes, he's not perfect, but who is? Who is? There's quarterbacks with interceptions on the season. That was in his class. He doesn't have one, and that was the knock on him. Spencer Rattler is balling, guys. He's not the dickhead Spencer Rattler when he was younger, the high school Spencer Rattler shitting on people. He's a grown-ass man now who's matured. The facts are the facts. Spencer Rattler looks like a potential Pro Bowl quarterback if he keep playing on this trajectory. He can be a Pro Bowl. I told you, if he was on the Minnesota Vikings or the Pittsburgh Steelers, he would be a Pro Bowler. I tweeted that out. The guy is getting it, and Kellen Moore might be the perfect quarterback coach and offensive coordinator for him. I don't want to hear nothing about Garrett Nussmeier. I don't want to hear nothing about Ark Manning. Right now, Spencer Rattler is better than every college quarterback in the country. Whether you like that or not. There's not one quarterback in the country I'd take over Spencer Rattler. In college. On any team. Those are the facts. And I told you that. Like, you can't prepare for, you got to go with what you have now. But based on the performance now, there's no quarterback in the country that can unseat Spencer Rattler right now at this moment. Those are the facts. If you put Spencer Rattler on LSU, they're winning the national championship. Point blank, period. Spencer Rattler, the Saints may have struck a diamond in Spencer Rattler, whether you like it or not, whether you like him or not, whether you like his game or not. He's been the most consistent player outside of Alvin Kamara on this team. And Carl Granderson. Those are the 3 people who've been the most consistent. Alvin Kamara, Carl Granderson, and Kelvin Banks. And Spencer Rattler. Whether you like that or not. Whether you root for him or not. Whether you think he's trash or not. Let's have some real conversations about Spencer Rattler. He's been a dog. In every game, he's trying to will his team to win, even though he know they're deficient in talent. Let's call it what it is. A spade is a spade. And among spades, Spencer Rattler has been a goddamn joker. A wild card, because you didn't see this coming. I saw it coming, but you didn't see it coming. When I was saying it, y'all didn't believe me. Spencer Rattler, it was going to take the next step. The year 2 jump is the biggest jump for young quarterbacks. The best thing that happens to Spencer Rattler is they threw him in the muck. And he came out of the muck. And guess what? He's turning into a rose in front of your eyes. Get a man the credit. I know it's just 2 games, but the 49ers defense are going to destroy teams this year. And Spencer Rattler had his best game against one of the top 5 defenses in the NFL currently. That's a fact. And so did Alvin Kamara. When your dogs show up like that, you got to give them kudos. It shouldn't be, Spencer Rattler had a good game against the 49ers. His best game. He had his best game against one of the best defenses in the NFL. Speak correctly when you're talking about the man. So did Alvin Kamara. Your best players step up against the better competition. And Spencer Rattler was a bright spot and a star yesterday for his team. Those are the facts. You know I ain't lying. So was Alvin Kamara. But that Chris Olave, that Jawan Johnson, and that goddamn Rashid Shaheed, we need a lot more from y'all. Brandon Cooks, a lot more. Those just are the facts. I don't make the rules. But I ain't gonna rant, man. I ain't gonna rant. That's all I got today. That's all I got today, man. Tell me what you think. Because I think we're close, but close ain't gonna cut it. We got to start winning games. We could beat any team. If we could play against the San Francisco 49ers like that, we could beat any team. I thought we would be 1-1. Hell, I thought we'd be 2-0 at this point. Y'all know I said it. I was wrong. I didn't know these inconsistencies would still creep up. I didn't know these situational game time things would creep up. But it did. It is what it is. But on the next week in Seattle. But as always, man, thank y'all for watching my channel. I like doing this thing for y'all, man. I like talking about the Saints, man. I like y'all comments, man. Keep commenting, man. Make sure y'all subscribe. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. But as always, man, thank y'all for watching the Saints Sports Corner. I hope y'all have a blessed day. I'm out.